opening remarks, we will have a bit of time to also hear from the others with regard to your expectations for this conference. So the floor is yours, Joseph.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning.
I am very honored and very privileged to speak as a voice among the 120 of young peace builders gathering here, and millions more who could not be in this room, but whose hopes, struggles, and determinations echo through every word we share. My name is Joseph Brighton Malekela, a proud member of the European Union Youth Sounding Board in Tanzania, founder and executive director of the African Leadership Initiative for Impact, and I co-chair the Youth for Peace Agenda Coalition of Tanzania. We gather here in Brussels 10 years since the adoption of UN Security Council Resolution 2250, a resolution born from the rallying cry of young people worldwide that nothing about us without us. A decade later, that call still rings true. From the streets of Nepal, Berlin, Kiev, Gaza, Nairobi in Kenya, Antananarivo in Madagascar, Afghanistan, Kiev and Goma in DRC, and in many parts of the world, young people are standing up, often in crisis, yet always with courage, demanding peace, justice, climate action, and inclusion in decision-making. We are the most connected generation in history, but also one of the most disillusioned by systems that still too often speak about us rather than speaking with us. That is why this moment matters. The EU Youth Peace and Security Week 2025 is not just another conference. It is a rallying point for a generation that refuses to inherit a broken world, but who are architects actively building peace in and among their communities. It is also an opportunity for us and Team Europe, institutions and civil societies to listen, connect, and co-create the next decade of youth peace and security actions together. Since 2015, we have seen progress. The EU and its member states have mainstreamed the YPS into policies and actions plans. Finland, we commend Finland, which led by example with the first ever national action plan on YPS, and of course with the second NAP forthcoming. And Italy now joins as the newest member of the movement within EU. As you know, across Africa, the African Union, ECOWAS, EAC, and other regional bodies have institutionalized YPS frameworks, while countries have developed or are now working to develop national action plans on YPS. And yet, across continents, violence, civic restrictions, and shrinking democratic space continue to deny young people's right to shape the peaceful future we all want to see. In many places of the world, youth are either silenced, surveilled, or sidelined. Our organizations, especially those led by youth and young women, and in particular those in fragile states like Palestine, Sudan, South Sudan, Afghanistan, DRC, and those on the margins remain underfunded and overexpected. This contradiction defines our generation. We are called the hope of the future, but rarely trusted in the present. And yet, despite everything, we, the young people, are still building peace in many places we are coming from. In my beautiful country of Tanzania, we lead the Youth for Peace Agenda program, mobilizing youth to promote peace, but also promoting peaceful participation in decision-making. And now the growing aspirations of young people manifest that the commitment to building a peaceful future and sustainable development of the country, which is now echoed by civil society international development partners, are calling for the dire need for reconciliation through inclusive dialogue that can foster institutional accountability, reforms, peace, and justice for all, especially after the unprecedented incidences of lives and properties lost amid the 2025 general elections in Tanzania. Across the Great Lakes region of Africa, young mediators are preventing local conflicts from turning violent. In Ukraine, youth networks are helping in building social trust amid war. In Sudan and our friends in Gaza, young activists risk their lives to deliver aid and keep hope alive. In Serbia, young peace builders, and student movement are promoting accountability against corruption and justice for all. In Afghanistan, and our very own colleagues that we have in the room, Mrs. Aziza, Akrami, and Wajma, they work on championing women's rights to education and justice, are inspiring change, hope, and dignity. In Palestine and MENA region, our fellow youth, Sulaima and Tamar in the house, are not only seeking peace, they are reclaiming the right to shape it. In Asia and Europe, youth climate defenders are linking peace to planet. And everywhere in the world, especially in the digital spaces, from TikTok to Instagram, as you can see, the Generation Z movement are redefining what civic activism means by using creativity, humor, and solidarity to resist division. Generally, although our local context and realities are different, but we are here to share our collective narrative, one of solidarity, one of resilience, imagination, intergenerational partnership for a peaceful future. We are proving that youth are not just beneficiaries of peace, we are the architects of it, and not by words, but by bold actions. As we celebrate 10 years of YPS resolution, it is worth reminding ourselves that we are here because we believe peace is possible, if and only if we work across generations, across sectors, and across borders. This week, we are not only reflecting, we are imagining and shaping the future of true Team Europe approach on YPS, one that connects youth realities to institutional commitments and words to action. For most of us in the House, success this week will mean three things. First, elevating the grassroots and Generation Z realities by ensuring that the policies championed here reflect the lived realities and experiences of youth from the crisis and conflict zones, informal settlements, and online community worldwide. Let us move from consultations to co-creation, where our ideas shape outcomes, not just opening sessions. Second, securing sustainable partnership and funding, not as charity, but as a strategic investment in peace infrastructure. We need youth-friendly funding, simplified access, and long-term partnership that trust us to lead, to fail, to learn, relearn, and grow as young people. And the third, living with commitments, not just inspiration. We must leave Brussels with clear steps, shared accountability, and mechanism to track implementation, because declarations without delivery risk becoming history footnotes. As you all know, around the world now, young people's trust in institutions is eroding. We see decisions made for us, but not with us. Policies designed about us, but not by us. But when YPS actions genuinely respond to youth aspirations, they rebuild institutional legitimacy and renew the social contract between citizens and their governments. Peace is not inherited. It is built daily, locally, and collectively. And when institutions choose to listen, when they choose to make space for young people in decision-making, they do not lose anything. They do not lose control. They gain credibility and efficiency. To our partners in the EU, its member states, and beyond, let's make the Team Europe approach to YPS more than a slogan. Let's make it a commitment to co-leadership, to mainstreaming YPS across security, climate, digital, and development policies. Let us ensure youth participation is not symbolic, but also structural, embedded in the DNA of every policy process. Let us advocate for the adoption of national action plans, not only in the global south, but also we need to see it within the EU itself. Let us ensure that the YPS dimensions are integrated into the operational plans of EU civilian and military missions abroad, as well as the EU foreign policy and international partnership cooperation. Let us ensure EU support to countries that wish to develop YPS frameworks and ensure that they are inclusive, participatory, and well-resourced. And above all, let us keep open the civic space where youth can think, can speak, can organize freely and fearlessly. As we prepare to adopt our joint declaration at the end of this conference, let us make it more than a document. Let it be a living commitment to all of us in the room, a contract of accountability between generations and between words and actions. Let us guide our shared future as we move from this room to our communities and from commitments to concrete change. But our work does not end here. The true success of this conference will depend on how we remain connected after Brussels, among youth ourselves, among institutions, among civil societies and the like. Let us stay united through every available channel, through our networks, through our continued dialogue, and yes, even through our WhatsApp group, very active one, to continue this fight for peace together. And I will propose that, apart from meeting here now, maybe we can have kind of online follow-up meetings, even if once in a quarter, to review progress, strengthen our collaboration, and also sustain our shared momentum. We, the young people, will not wait to be invited. We are here already building bridges between generations. We are turning pain into purpose and protest into partnership. We are not just participants. We are here as very important partners of peace. Not just as the leaders of tomorrow, we are here as leaders of today. And as I conclude, on behalf of all youth participants of this conference, and on behalf of millions of young peace builders from Africa, Europe, Asia, the Americas, and beyond, I say this: we are not asking for a seat in the table. We are here to redesign the table itself together.